Welcome back, everyone. I'm Allison Berman. Right now I have a very special guest named by Fortune magazine, one of the world's 50th greatest leaders, and a really successful serial entrepreneur, the co-founder and executive chairman of Singularity University and XPRIZE. Peter Diamandis, it's such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, great to be here.
So Peter, you have more passion and motivation for your work than almost anyone I've ever met. And I mean that sincerely.
Thank you.
What is it that sustains and fuels this level of passion?
So it's interesting, right? And I talk to people about the fact that if you connect with your passion and as an entrepreneur, that you can actually, bulldoze down any obstacles. You can sustain yourself through the multi-death experience that you're going to have if you're going to do anything big in the world. And so for me, I'm very lucky. I connected with my passion as a child. My first passion was spaceflight. It was Apollo and Star Trek that got me started. And it was this desire to want to go into space and this fundamental belief that I was going to be able to be part of that, right? It was, Apollo showed what was now possible. I mean, for God's sakes, we were going to the moon. I mean, we were on the friggin' moon. And then Star Trek showed what was going to happen. And that sort of two-part just got me so excited, and I felt early on that I could exhibit that enthusiasm, and I started becoming an entrepreneur. My first organization ever was an organization called SED, Students for the Exploration and Development of Space. I started at MIT. Jeff Bezos was running the chapter at Princeton University, and went great. Then I started a university. My first university, SU, very proud, is modeled after International Space University. And so I realized I was at my best when a few things happened. One, when I was tapped into my passion, and two, when I let it shine through. When I gave permission for me to say, it's amazing! We live in the most amazing world, and it's the most amazing time to be alive, and we're going to the stars, we're extending the human lifespan, we're doing all these things.
And when you say it, people feel it.
And it's because it's authentic, it comes from my heart. And really are living in the most extraordinary time. So, I'm working on my 19th startup, and I've had some amazing fun adventures. And anything I do has got to be truly from the heart and the soul. Otherwise, I'm not gonna care. If the love isn't there, it's never gonna thrive.
Completely. It's like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You are in touch with your purpose.
Yeah.
And so is there a current moonshot you're most focused on? I know at XPRIZE, the current competition, sci-fi storytelling, Google Lunar, they're amazing, but is there one you really have your focus on?
Yeah, so I have a few. One of them, I'm going to be going on stage here at the SU Global Summit. Those of you who are not here, come here next year. It's an amazing, this is like, TED for science and technology, all exponentials all the time. SU.org, check it out, join us, okay? I'm going to be going back on stage, and I'm going to be bringing on stage with me Chris Lewicki, who's the CEO of Planetary Resources, Bob Richards, the CEO of Moon Express, and Erica Wagner from Blue Origin. And so it's going to be great. So I'm madly in love with what we're doing in Planetary Resources. We are building AI-enabled deep space spacecraft that are going out to near-Earth asteroids to prospect them and then mine hydrogen and oxygen from them, water and ice and fuel. So that's great. So space has been and always will be one of my primary foci.
Yeah.
And then the other is longevity. It's my, if the opening up space is slower than I want it to be, I'm going to have to live longer than expected. So I'm working on a couple of companies in the stem cell business. Just launched a new company called Singularity. Just raised $100 million. It's a stem cell roll-up. I believe stem cells are the means by which we're going to extend the healthy human lifespan. And then I'm working in partnership with SU on something called Abundance 360 Digital.
Yeah.
And I've created a year-long curriculum for entrepreneurs who want to follow my work, who want to get literally day by day teaching from me. So my goal is, can I light up initially 10,000 entrepreneurs, my moonshots, 1,000,000 entrepreneurs, and give them the tools, the mindset, the energy to go out there and go big. So anybody interested in that, it's a360.digital is the website for that. And so I've created a year-long curriculum. It's in the SU family of content where you can continue this learning. So ultimately, it's really about igniting entrepreneurs, helping them shape their moonshots, encourage their moonshots, and supporting them to go after their moonshots.
And so speaking about the entrepreneur's journey, and you said you founded 19 companies, has there been a moment that was pretty challenging to overcome? Like one you look back on that's been an overcoming of something that's really pivotal to your career?
Every one of them nothing's been easy, right? It all looks easy, a decade later. I like to say it's a overnight success after 10 years of hard work.
I love that.
And so, you look at folks like Jeff Bezos, look at folks like Elon Musk, they all have their incredible near-death experiences. I mean, Elon's got an amazing one where in 2008 he's going through a divorce. SpaceX just had its third failure. The government is not funding anything, and they're about, he's borrowing money to survive. And then all of a sudden there's a turnaround. So, for me, in every company, in Planetary Resources, in XPRIZE, and SU, every company's got that. And so going back to our original conversation, unless you love what you do and what you're doing, unless you're driven by that internal, massively transformative purpose, that heart and soul, you're going to give up before you succeed.
The near-death experience will be
it'll happen. Another friend of mine, Bill Gross, who is one of the most amazing entrepreneurs in the world, Bill gave a great TED Talk, you can look it up, and also a DLD talk, which he said he looked at like 200 companies, 100 that succeeded, 100 that failed. He said, what caused these to succeed and these to fail? And he categorized the elements, and at the end of the talk, he said, when he looked at the data, right? Always be looking at the data. When he looked at the data, it wasn't how much money they raised, their previous experiences with successes or failure, what technology, the size of the market. Do you know what it was? It was
their mindset.
Well, that's part of it. It's timing. It was their timing. It was that they were living long enough to live forever. So it was Airbnb and Uber were alive just at the right time after 2008 when people were looking for extra income. There had been experiments of that before that failed. SpaceX was there after the shuttle, was shut down to take that over. So at the end of the day, being smart, having enough money, having a great business plan, all that's great, but unless the timing is there. So one of the things I really tell people is if you're driven by your passion, you're going to stick with it long enough to succeed.
And that the time will.
That you'll intercept the right timing.
Yeah.
Right? So it may take you 5, 8, 10 years. But if you care about it, if you love it, if you're doing it because it's your highest calling in life and not just because you're trying to make a quick buck, you'll stick around long enough and intercept the timing.
And so you're a pioneer of abundance thinking, the idea that technology can take what's scarce and make it abundant. I would say that that's an idea that will take a fundamental principle of today and make it untrue in the future. Is there another fundamental principle that we currently live in that you think technology will break in the future?
I think there's a number. I think privacy is one.
Okay.
I think that, listen, I want privacy as much as anybody, but I think we're heading towards a post-privacy economy or post-privacy world. Why? Because we are heading to a world of 1 trillion sensors by 2020, 100 trillion sensors by 2030, and an AI watching me right now without the volume on can read my lips, read your lips. Yeah. We're going to be able to, I can shake your hand like this, grab a few skin cells and sequence you, and know everything that's true about your background. There'll be space-based, drone-based imaging everything all the time, autonomous cars with LiDARs imaging. So it's going to be very hard to have any time that something isn't known. Privacy will become a fleeting element of our lives. We're heading towards a post-capitalist society where money's going to have less and less value, much more like the Star Trek universe. If I've got a molecular replicator in the future result and I want to print a Ferrari, it's going to be the raw cost of the materials, the energy for printing and the information set. So everything is demonetizing. So a lot of change coming.
Yes.
A lot of change.
And so before we wrap,
Yeah.
next generation, who is your favorite character?
Oh God, so
It's a hard one.
You know, I mean, listen, I head towards Picard, but he's the older bald guy, so you know, Riker is definitely thumbs up, and I have to, you know, I love Data. He's great.
It's hard not to.
Yeah, it's hard not to.
Peter, thank you so much. What a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A pleasure.